Was just outside working in the back food forest, and we were also mulching the trees and mulching our gigantic Fort Knox chicken coop. We like to put in yard waste and food waste in there to let them scratch and do their thing and be healthy, even though they're on lockdown from predators like coyotes and owls and all that kind of cool stuff. And I got to thinking, I had a video pop up in my feed from the Millennial Gardener. And for any of y'all that don't know the Millennial Gardener, it's a great YouTube channel. And he has recently purchased a new, larger homesteading type property that he's going to develop. So I highly encourage you to go over there and check out the Millennial Gardener. Let him know the Texas Boys sent you. But it's a great how-to channel. He's kind of like a figaholic like me. So that's why I started following his channel. He has a pretty awesome collection of figs, and I watch his how-to on his channel, the Millennial Gardener. I'll link the channel down below, but I wanted to share the intro of this video with you and try to bring you some solutions. So I'm just going to share the screen here. And let's hit play.
What's growing on, gardeners? It's Sunday, November 19th, and it is a beautiful fall afternoon here on the southeastern coast of North Carolina. And today is one of those days that I look forward to all year. Online nurseries are starting to take pre-orders for shipping out trees in the spring. I normally love this time of year, but this time it's different. Prices are through the roof. I have never seen anything like this. Fruit tree prices, even for bare root trees, are up 50 to 100% almost across the board from last year. So on today's video,
so I just wanted to throw this out there and wanted to bring you a solution if you have been looking for fruit trees. And the other thing that I'm finding about fruit trees is that they're out of stock. So even if you do find them and you go to your usual nurseries, you'll find these things out of stock. So I wanted to share with you the food farce in a box. It is currently available. We did a redesign on the packaging, new label that's coming out. And what I wanted to do today, for those of you that act now, is instead of getting 3 cuttings of each, you'll get 4 cuttings. So throw in some extra cuttings and no additional cost to you. If you act now, go on over to TheTexasBoys.com. And what's so great about this is, one, it helps you to learn the process of propagation. And then once you propagate these trees, they get large enough that you can then take cuttings from those trees, propagate it again. Then you become the supply chain, and then you can share it. That's why I call it the food 401k. It does pay dividends, and you can continue to perpetuate it and continue to participate in the process. It's so critical and crucial that we participate in the process. That's why this is a great artisan skill to learn. And I do have a rootings playlist that shows you 1,000 different ways to skin a cat. And you can take the method that works best for you or that applies to your certain scenario. We have a greenhouse. You certainly don't need a greenhouse. But you do need to participate in the process. And in this process, you can start in the very beginning of the process. You can root a tree from a cutting, nurture, grow that tree, and then continue to perpetuate that process. You will be your own supply chain. And another new thing that I have started doing, getting up early. We are a family of 8, and I get up early before everybody else. And I start the fireplaces. We have a wood burning stove and we have a fireplace. And there is now, while it is incredibly inconvenienced in the sense of, if you have some kind of mechanized industrial heat, you turn the thermostat up or whatever, and it kicks on and magically you're warmed and all these different things. But there is so much more satisfaction in the process of being cold. It's just something to think about and meditate on. You get up, you're cold, you put your jacket on, you go outside where it's even colder, hopefully, and you gather this firewood that you've already split up and allowed to dry. So there's preparation in this process. This is an incredibly long-gated process. This is what the Industrial Revolution has kind of like postmodernly deconstructed, our current scenario, because it seems archaic in newspeak, and in the new DEI world, it's actually, this is bad for Mother Earth and all these different things. But you prepare, you cut the tree down, then you split it up, you stack it, you let it cure, you let it dry, right? And then when you get up in the morning, you don't just push a button, but you take the time, you go outside, you collect the wood, and then it's not even as simple as you take these logs, you throw them in there, you douse them with gasoline, right? And you hit them with the lighter. But you cut your kindling, and you can do that in a certain way, right? And it's all a process, and it's an elongated process, and maybe it'll take 20 or 30 minutes. Now, this is very different from getting up, hitting the thermostat, clicking it up 3, 4, 5, or whatever, and it kicks on, and magically, and then you can sit there and start the rest of your process and get your coffee or whatever, go over to the electronic coffee pot and push the button again. Really, we have to slow down to appreciate life. And wood heat is so meditative for me, because it's all part of my morning process as I'm praying and as I'm meditating on scripture and doing these different things. And then this is this whole new process that slows the day down even further to live a more intentional, slower life, where preparedness and being prepared and preparing is all part of the process, which teaches you patience, right? You can't, if it's cold in your house, if it's 50 degrees in your house and you need a fire, but you never cut the tree down or chop the wood or let it cure, you can't go out. Well, you could go outside at 5 o'clock in the morning, fire up the chainsaw, wake everybody up, cut the tree down, cut it up, split it. It's going to be green. It's going to take you probably 3 to 4 to 5 hours to do that. And then you're going to have to try to start green firewood. That probably won't work unless you do douse it with gasoline. So this is all part of this slower, intentional, contemplative life that gives you more time to think. It gives you more time to consider things. It gives you more time to appreciate and enjoy God's creation, where it's cold, you get up, you put your coat on, your sweatshirt, and you go outside, and it's nice and very cold and crisp, and you breathe deeply, you breathe in, you get that fresh air. Maybe if it's just the right time, you're seeing the sunrise and you're getting those different rays, spectrums of lights. It's doing all these different things for your circadian rhythms. And if you're daring, you're going outside in your bare feet and you're grounding and you're discharging all this dirty electricity and all these electrons and all this stuff. And that whole entire slower process is manifold times more beneficial for you than just rolling out of bed like a slug and tapping the thermostat, right? Even though that's quick and that's easy and that's convenient, think of the benefits of an elongated process that might take you 20 to 30 to 40 minutes. And it's much more intentional, and it's saving you money, right? It's saving us. We've saved an inordinate amount of money by switching to wood heat. And maybe we'll do a video on we have a hybrid water heater, and on what switching to the hybrid water heater and then the wood heat, it's exponentially, even though our electrical prices per watt have gone up, it has saved us an inordinate amount of money. And it's also created a much more amount of peace. There's so much peace in the entire process. And it's such a more natural process. And that's the real thing about homesteading and returning to a more simplified life, is that entire process feeds your soul, and it gives you more time to muse and to think and to consider and to appreciate how God has blessed you, what he's blessed you with. And there is a blessing in the fact that you can go to the thermostat and push the button, right? And you get that immediate gratification. But will you make the decision to not do that and take the elongated process and receive all the exponential benefits that you get from that slower, elongated, more natural process? It will feed your soul. And that's all I got for y'all. I thought I'd just make a quick video about it as I was thinking about it and considering it. I hope y'all have an awesome day. Check out TheTexasBoys.com. You get your free cuttings. Act now. We love and appreciate y'all, and we'll see you on the next video.